You guys remember this? The Getaway?
Yeah, what's with the bird, Eric?
She's one of Charlie's specials.
Specials?
Special people with special jobs. She used to be on the game until she found her true calling.
What the fuck are you talking about, Eric?
You know, it's like it was the game that was released on PlayStation 2 in
What? She's
style of Guy Ritchie's,
Yeah, mate. She's not the slightest
you know,
bit
London
special.
crime underworld type, you know,
fuck do we need someone like that on a job like this?
stories. And you're the getaway car driver. So why Sony has not like remastered this game yet? Like, this is what I understand about Sony. You have all of these games. You got the library of so many cool, great games, but yet you don't want to do a remake of this. Why don't you even make a remake of this? I mean, come on. Or how about you do a remaster and then a part 3? I think there's 2 Getaways. This is Getaway 2. Why don't you do another Getaway game and do a remaster? Or a remake. Why not do a remake of this and do a number 3? Getaway 3. I don't understand why Sony it's so... I think we all know why. I think Sony's struggling right now with the money. I think really the Concord has really hit them hard. Well, I know that Concord has hit them hard because the CEO of Sony has really been not very optimistic about the way the economy is and everything else, and you know, he's been saying basically that it's costing him a lot of money to build the consoles, and they're losing a lot of money. That's why they had to raise the price on the consoles. That's what he was saying. That it was an interview with the Sony CEO. But that's still no excuse. I mean, Sony's a huge corporation, man. They got movies. They've got TV shows like SWAT. They got, you know, music record. They also in music record business for decades. They make televisions, electronics. I mean, they're a huge corporation, man. So I don't know about this whole excuse. You know, like, yes, you can make this remake. You can do a remaster. You can make another Getaway game. You can bring SOCOM Navy SEALs. I don't understand why Sony is so hesitant. Maybe it has to do with who's in charge. Honestly, I think this is true. Who's the boss? Who's in charge? Who is running the company? I think that's true. Look at these graphics. I mean, they're still good. I know it's... But let me tell you, when this came out in early 2000... 25 years ago, when this came out 25 years ago, dude, this was considered like photorealistic. All right, this was considered like really amazing. You have to understand, this is 25 years ago. 25 years ago on the PlayStation 2, this was considered like photorealism. You guys need to understand that. I know by today's standard with artificial intelligence and everything else, I know this is probably not all that, but think what they can do with today's graphics if they were to like remake this or remaster this Getaway game, and if they were to make yet another Getaway game. So I don't know, I just wanted to make a short little video just to talk about this, like why Sony has not made another Getaway game, why they have not made another SOCOM game, like US Navy SEAL SOCOM game. Why they have not made yet another Siphon Filter. Don't you think we're due for another Siphon Filter? Oh my god, dude. There's so many games that they have in their library that they could make another sequel. Infamous. How about the Infamous? Hello, the Infamous. The Resistance. Excuse me, Resistance, Infamous. When you look at PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2, the original PlayStation, PlayStation 4, it makes you wonder, like, what has happened with PlayStation? What are they making? They're making Solaris. Is it Solaris? Oh, Saurus, or not Solaris, Saurus. They're making that Saurus game which is a Returnal 2.0, not Solaris. I think Solaris it's a movie that George Clooney did long time ago. All right, I was watching someone else's video, so I have to skip the commercials. Sorry, I had to skip the commercials. This is not my video; it's someone else's video. I don't have this game. There's somebody who uploaded this, probably from a PC. Somehow was able to, upscale it through. This is not running on a PlayStation. Just for the record, this is not running on PlayStation. The guy is misleading on the title a little bit. It's not running on a PlayStation. It's running on a PC that's using a modified, graphics. So this is running on a PC. But it still looks great. But that's not, even though it's running on a PC, even though it's a PlayStation 2 game running on a PC, again, this begs the question that I have for Sony. Like, what's going on? Why aren't we doing yet another Getaway? Why aren't we doing another infamous Son? Why aren't we doing another SOCOM Navy SEALs? Why aren't we doing what's the other game I was talking about? Siphon Filter. Why aren't we doing yet another Siphon Filter? Why not the Getaway? Why are we not doing another Getaway? Why aren't we doing yet another Resistance? Resistance 4. No, but we're gonna stick with Returnal 2.0. Did anyone really ask for Resistance 2.0 from House Marquee? No. And listen, I love PlayStation, but if you watch that, I have to make a video about that. See, I forgot. If you watch that interview, which I'm going to make that video next, if you watch that interview with the CEO of Sony, it's a very depressing interview because there's nothing enthusiastic about that interview. There's nothing optimistic about that interview. It really shows you where Sony is at. And it's not in a good place, man, honestly. And this is why I said, to me, PlayStation 5 will go down in history as probably the weakest console of Sony's franchise in PlayStation. PlayStation 2 will be considered one of the greatest, of course. I mean, the original is the OG because it all started with the original back in '98, but it was in '97. But I bought it in '98. That's when I started playing Metal Gear and all the other games, Resident Evil, etc., etc. But PS2, it will be always looked at as one of the greatest consoles of all time. There's no question, man. PS2 will always be the greatest of all time. No one will ever be able to achieve or to touch. There's no way in hell anyone will be able to achieve or touch what PS2 has done. It broke all the records, all the Guinness records. I mean, forget it. So this is really sad that we don't get to have remastered version of this, that we don't get to have the remake of this, that we don't get to have another SOCOM Navy SEALs, that we don't get to have another Resistance 4, that we don't get to have another Siphon Filter, or for the crying out loud, that we don't get to have another Days Gone sequel. Are you kidding me? No Days Gone sequel? Sony. Well, you'll see when I do this next video, when I show you the interview with a CEO of Sony, and when you see how depressing the interview is with this CEO of Sony, it was interviewed by some guy from CNBC, I believe. When you see how the lack of his enthusiasm, the lack of his optimism is, and how depressing the interview is, then you're not going to feel good about your PS5 Pro. You're not going to feel good about your PS5. I'm telling you right now. You're not going to feel good about Sony. You're not going to feel good about the PlayStation. Especially for all of you hardcore PlayStation fans. You're not going to feel good. maybe Sony needs a new leadership. Maybe PlayStation. Look at Asha Sharma. She's already shaking and moving things, man. She made Phil Spencer look like his little bitch, like a little cock. Just saying. Just maybe he's a cock. I don't know. Just joking, all right. But no, she really made him look like a little cock right now. And maybe that's what PlayStation need, man. Leadership, bro. It all comes down to the leadership. You need people who are willing to be able to be shakers and movers. That's who you need. That's the kind of leadership you need. You need the leadership. You need the boss who's willing to be a shaker and a mover. You know what I mean? You want to make some eggs, you got to break some. I mean, you want to make some omelet. I'm sorry. You want to make some omelet, you got to break some eggs. And if you don't break some eggs, how are you going to make any omelets, right? So we need shakers and movers, people who are willing to, to take the risks and give us what we need. But right now, Sony doesn't have that leadership. Microsoft with Asha Sharma, dude, you better watch out, man. She's a shaker and a mover, so you better watch out, okay? Look at this game, man. This looks amazing. Even right now, I'm looking at this game. It still looks amazing. I would still play this, even like this. Even if the game was released like this, I would still play it. It has that Guy Ritchie style story, the London crime drama story. Yeah, man. So I'm just using this one game as an example, but believe me, there's many other games we could be picking out of the library from Sony. Like I said, Siphon Filter, this game, Getaway, Infamous Son, Resistance 4. Dude, are you kidding me? SOCOM Navy SEALs, Days Gone sequel. Unbelievable. Speaking of Days Gone, there's been 250,000 signatures that have been signed regarding the Days Gone sequel. People want that Days Gone sequel so badly. Trust me, man. And it's really sad to see that we're not getting the sequel. After 20, think about it. The fact that the CEO of Sony is ignoring 250,000 signatures, bro. 250,000 signatures. That means the people signed the petition. They want a sequel for Days Gone, and he totally ignored that. You gotta be kidding me. But yet they wasted $400 million on a flop called Concord. And then they canceled the God of War online multiplayer. They canceled The Last of Us online multiplayer. They canceled so many things, man. I don't know what's going on with Sony. Well, anyway, when you see this interview with the CEO of Sony, it will tell you everything you need to know where Sony is at right now. This will tell you everything you need to know when you see this interview, which it'll be my next video talking about this interview. You will see just how depressing it is, and it'll tell you everything you need to know about where PlayStation is at right now. Anyway. It's a 15-minute video. I don't want to spend too much time because I don't want to play the entire video of this guy. I appreciate this individual, whoever this is, who uploaded this video. But it's not a PS5. He's misleading. I'm sorry, dude. It's not a PS5 version. This is a PC version. But, it's a clickbait. He wants you to think it's a PS5. But it's a PC version. Okay, running from an emulator, from a PC emulator running on a PC. Okay, everyone knows that. Okay. Even the monkeys eating a banana knows that. All right, guys. Thank you for watching, And I will see you on the next video. Keep an eye on that video, the CEO interview of Sony, and you'll see just how depressing that interview is. And I'll talk about that interview, and I'll tell you everything you need to know where PlayStation is at right now. Xbox is looking hot. Xbox is looking hot right now with Asha Sharma, dude. I'm telling you right now. Alright guys, well thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. And make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share the video. Sharing it's caring. Sharing it's caring.